If I'm going to be totally honest, the main reason why I'm making today's video is because of that epic Backrooms intro. But, with that aside, I still do want to talk about the Tiger 2, and maybe convince you to grind down this line. Now, the E100 itself is not the best or the worst heavy tank in Tier 10. There are vehicles like the Concept 1B that you can buy, or even the Type 71 currently, that'll absolutely smoke an E100. However, next update, as we know, the E100 is gaining turret armor, which is going to make it incredibly powerful, especially with the 5 degrees of extra traverse speed. And the Tiger 2, I would definitely say even if you don't want to get the E100, just to grind down and get this tank. The Tiger 2 is mobile, goes 35 kilometers per hour, and it might not be the fastest accelerator, but it does get up to speed. It's got pretty decent traverse speed at around 34 degrees a second, pair that with the 24 degrees of turret traverse, and this tank will deal with any medium or light tank trying to flank it. The gun has 2,450 DPM, pretty good dispersion, not bad aiming time, and its penetration, even with gun rammer, is enough to butter through tier 9s, and, I mean, there's really no downside when it comes to the gun. 7 degrees of gun depression is enough to work most ridge lines, and when it comes to the armor, the Tiger 2's got enough armor to shrug off tier 7s like no tomorrow, and your average tier 8 still pretty well. You're gonna have to load premium to pen this vehicle. When you add all those together, it's no doubt why the Tiger 2 is one of the best performers in tier 8, and why it is still one of the strongest tanks tier for tier in the game. It just has no downside. Tiger 2 just kinda reminds me of like a Shark that's a tech tree version, but it's a little different than the Shark, because obviously the Shark is only really good when you're using it hull down, where this tank, it's just really good in general. So let's see what the enemy team has. They got a Vickers CR, WZ-120. When it comes to heavies, they got a Chise, a Carnarvon, and a T-34. Okay, well, we do have a tier 9 heavy, and both teams do have 3 heavies. So as long as both our teams fight each other on heavy side, I think that we can definitely come out with a pretty nice brawl here. Now, it looks like my Type 68 is actually going to support me, which is great. There's the Chise. It's Fire Shell on the move. Wasn't able to pen it, but that's all good, because we were still able to get into cover before the Chise was able to tap us back. Now, because this tank has so much pen, I mean, you can see we just butter straight through that Chise's turret armor, literally with no effort whatsoever. Reloading again in a couple more seconds. If this Chise pokes, I will go right through his turret armor once again, and you know, let's go for it. I might as well, right? So let's aim it on this Chise. There you go, nice pen. Now, we did get pens through the turret, but when the Chise aims really at anything with premium AP, it'll butter straight through even some of the thickest armor in the game. So I don't really get too sad when a vehicle like a Chise butters through me. Unfortunately, our Type 68 bounced the shell, but good news for me, I've got a very quick reload, and as you saw, enough pen to easily deal with that player. We got the Carnarvon, who hopefully our Type 68 will high roll, but he did quite the contrary and low rolled. Well, looks like I'm gonna push over towards this WZ-120. I'm hoping that the Carnarvon doesn't shoot me again, but looks like my Chise also didn't help much, so good news is we still got 1,200 health left, and like this WZ-120, I mean, the dude's gotta run. Wow, did that seriously miss his weak spot? I'm so sad that that actually did. But because the WZ is still running, we're gonna try another HE shell and miss his weak spot once again. Good news is the dude's gonna die either way, so it's not oh, okay, never mind. My teammate missed him. Well, maybe we can get a shot into the side here. Aiming and fire. There you go. Nice. Looks like it wasn't too bad either way. All that's left is the T-34. We got the Jagdpanther too. I mean, we'll definitely get a dub out as long as our team works together. But yeah, Tiger too. I mean, you can see just how much of a powerhouse this vehicle is. Doesn't need to stop moving. It's got a good enough gun to deal with really everything shoved in front of it. For example, this Jagdpanther 2 is about to go bye-bye. There you go. We got a nice bounce as well right on our frontal plate because the Jagdpanther didn't load premium. So there you go. Nice. We're up to 2,000 damage dealt. And again, we're just going to keep on plowing through. The enemy team's either going to run away or they're going to die. So let's see. Let's get a nice shell into that Vickers or, you know, bounce him because light tanks, what is light tanks with armor? Definitely not Wargaming creating that. Alright, well, nice HE into the RU-251. T-49's probably going to finish him off. And with that, well, we're not able to... Ooh, nope, never mind. I lied. I was hoping I could get an HE into his tank, but it's fine anyway. We're going to get one more shell out here, and kaboom! There you have it. Not a bad battle at all. The only really shell we messed up there was that last one on that T-34. I forgot that that car was going to bump him up and then down, too. So, not bad. That was over 2,500 damage dealt, and, I mean, that was a pretty easy game. We drove. That was literally it. We drove, we shot our gun, and came out with a victory. So let's do one more battle and see if it does the same result. Now, one thing I do want to point out about the Tiger 2 is while it is one of the strongest tier 8s in the game, even compared to premiums, it doesn't mean that you can get away with everything. A lot of people always think that when YouTubers make videos saying, oh, look, you can do this, you can do that, you can't actually do that all the time, you know? What I did in that battle worked that game, sure. But if I was up against tier 9 heavies, I would have been absolutely dead, because most tier 9 heavies butter right through the upper plate, lower plate, turret at the Tiger 2. You got to be very careful about that when positioning a vehicle like this, especially because it's not the fastest, doesn't have the most side armor at all, even its turret very weak on the sides. So if you misposition this vehicle and you don't pay attention where you're going, it'll be a very quick grave. But let's see what we can do here. We got a Chisei, which is nice. Chisei is an amazing tank to have on as a heavy partner. The only bad news is that the only other heavy I have is a T-34. And yeah, the T-34 is not the best of heavies. It's just a bit outdated. Alright, well, let's see if we can make our way up towards base A. Looks like our 34 is going, but for some reason our 90... Oh, boy. Why... Normally it's the heavies that make the maneuver of going to C like a bad decision, but this time it's the mediums and lights going to C. I don't understand. Okay, and now I'm gonna be blocked by my teammate. Thank you. Oh, and still blocked. Can I? Oh my God. Anger. That's all I can say. Anger. Thank you for blocking me for a solid 10 seconds. It was very enjoyable, and oh my, this guy needs to stop going in front of me. I mean, he's actually murdering my brain cells. Wow, congratulations, you let me go. Ah, yes, and I'm the moron. Welcome to Blitz, where bad players are bad. I don't know what else to say. Alright, so we got the Yo off to the side. I'm gonna cross. Even if this Yo gets like one shell into me, I think it would be more important to get across here. I mean, in this situation, we're basically screwed, because our Scorpion G's trying to frontline against a shark. I don't even know what else to say. There you go. Scorpion got shot by their Scorpion, and now my Scorpion's just driving over. Okay. Well, I'll be sitting here. Yeah, what a fun battle this one is. Oh boy. Well, Tiger 2 is a fantastic take. Nothing against the Tiger 2 at all. But when you've got a battle like this and the 49 on your rear, although I might actually be able to get a nice tap into this T49. Ooh, and a fire. There you go. Nice 449 tap into the 49 once. And you know what? In 3 more seconds, we might be able to get one more out. And fire. Oh, what? Okay. Well, unfortunate. Unfortunate for me. So we know the Scorpion is obviously off to the side, and not much I can really do to him as of right now. We got the Shark, and yeah, this is just a cluster truck of a game. I'm going to try and aim in on the Sama, but most chances are the Shark's going to, yeah, tap me. I also got a standard B now rolling off to my side, and if I turn around, the Shark's going to push me. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say that this is a 10 out of 10 bad team. It's pretty rare to get a team this bad, but today was the day that I got possibly one of the worst teams I've had in a while for Blitz. Shark shooting me in the rear. Basically nothing I can do about that. We got the standard B over here. Goes through my front with heat, and there you have it. Well, here's what I'll say. The Tiger 2 is a fantastic tank. I'm going to show this battle because what an awful, awful team this was. This is good advice to Faust. Never, ever, ever, ever go C. Ever. It's that simple. Like, if you have the opportunity to send all of your tanks up towards A, go up to A. It's that simple. But yes, what a fun battle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Tiger 2 is a fantastic tank, but not every battle you get in Blitz is fantastic. So, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.